Big welcome to the World Awakening Summit. I am your host, Shivany, and with me today is Sara Landon. So, big welcome to you. And Sara is a globally celebrated transformational leader. She is a spiritual teacher and she is the channel of the council. Now, the council are non physical, energetic, what would you call them, beings that you channel through, all to help to bring the new earth, to usher the new earth in. So welcome, and I'm sure that Sara will tell us a little bit more about the divine channel and being a divine channel of the council. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you and your incredible community and having this conversation today. So I'm looking forward to it. And yes, so the council is a group of non-physical beings whose intention is to help us remember who we are, why we're here, and what we intended when we chose this life experience. And so they're really here to help us connect into higher level of awareness, consciousness, and love so that we can create even greater levels of joy and happiness and fulfillment in our life. And so I started receiving the counsel at a point in my life where I was in a corporate career and was living what, some might think or what we're supposed to do to be successful. You go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you get married, you have a house, and you do all these things, and still it's not quite it. Something's still missing, and I had so many questions, and I knew I wasn't living my truth, and through a series of events really got on this path of living my truth, and a big part of that was being a vessel for this incredible wisdom from the council that comes through, that has just been life-changing for so many people around the world, and for me, whether you are going through your own personal transformation or a health issue, disease, cancer, a divorce, a loss of a job, near-death experience, or death of a loved one. It truly is such an opportunity to take these experiences and allow it to open your heart in even greater ways and help guide you to your truth. And so that's really what the work of the council is. And I'm so honored to be able to be here today and share with you this work and meet your incredible community. So thank you.
Thank you, because I think, especially at the moment, the world is well, from what I can see from the outside, it's quite chaotic. So I think we really need wise counsel and the understanding, what is it all about? Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the council would teach us that the world we see around us is a reflection of the world that exists within us. And so if we want to change the world, it's really about going within and finding any place inside of us that is not of peace, and allowing that to come to the surface so it can be healed and transcended, finding any place within us that is not of love and letting that be healed, and finding any place within us that still has fear or limiting beliefs or doubts, and to raise our vibration to such a level that the joy and the love and the peace and the abundance that we intended when we chose this life experience is all that exists within us, and then becomes what we begin to see manifest all around us in the world. And so it really is an inside job. And some might say, well, what about this world leader over there and what they're doing, or what about this and what about that? And really, it is about our own awakening. And so the council teaches that this is the time of the great awakening. And first, we fully awaken to the truth within us, and then the world begins to awaken around us. And so no matter where you are or what you're doing or what's going on in the world, the only thing you really have control of in each moment is how you feel, which is, what is your vibration, and what are you bringing to the world? Are you positively contributing to raising the vibration of humanity through love and joy and peace? Or are you adding to the fear and the anger and the judgment and those types of things that we see in our mass consciousness. And so if we can realize that all of this is happening for us, no matter what is going on in your life experience right now, it may seem like there's no possible way that whatever you're going through could ever be a blessing. But truly, it is. It's happening for you, not to you. And if we can remember that and use it as a tool to help us fully awaken to the power within us, to the love within us, to the truth within us, and begin to live from that place, we will begin to see everything change.
I love that saying that it's working, not, what did you say? Working for us, not against us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Life is happening for you, not to you. And then so some would say, and I've had my own experience with this. I went through a divorce. I lost my brother in a automobile accident. I had cancer in my body for about a year and a half, and at the time I thought those were the worst things that had ever happened to me. And now looking back, I realized that they were the things that started me on this path and helped me to awaken to my truth and live it. And no one would ever consciously create disease or death or any of those things. But when we are living in negative emotion, when we are holding negative emotion in our body, it doesn't allow our natural healing. It doesn't allow the natural state of well-being that is really here for all of us. And so once you realize that through the thoughts that you're thinking, you are creating your emotions. Your emotions are contributing to how you feel. And how you feel is what your vibration is. And so if you want to change anything in your life, whether it is your relationship, what is your health, whether it's living your purpose, whether it's having more money in your life or a more purposeful, meaningful career, it all starts with changing your thoughts. Because your thoughts are the core of everything that's going on and what you are experiencing in the world around you. And so if you can come into the present moment and be aware, take a deep breath, and just be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. Just observe. No judgment. Don't push against them. Just be aware. And then choose better feeling thoughts. And the council gives us these incredible affirmations for changing anything in our life. And my favorite affirmation, and one that has been so powerful for people, is galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. Galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. So whatever is going on in your life, if you could just stop and take a deep breath and come into this present moment, all of your power is in this now moment. If you're feeling guilt or shame or regret or anger about anything that's happened in the past, there's no power in the past. You have no power over the past. And if you're stressed and worried and anxious about the future, you have no power over the future. But all of your power is in this now moment. And so normally the thoughts that we're thinking are thoughts about the past, what we should have, could have done different, which you can't change and you have no power over, or our thoughts are about the future, worrying about things that haven't even happened yet and probably won't happen. And even if it's heading in a trajectory where it might happen, and it is an unwanted experience, your power to change it is in this now moment and the thoughts you're thinking right now. And so when you affirm, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more, it truly leaves nothing out. The resources that you need, the money that you need, the people that you need, the love that you need, the time that you need, you have everything you need and more. And when you offer that to the universe starts responding. The universe responds to us. It only says yes. So the universe is responding to you, and you are creating your life with your thoughts. And so it's not about trying to force this or get control of anything. It's about coming into a gentle, awareness of the thoughts that you're thinking, and then begin to shift them towards what you want to be creating. And so when you shift your thoughts, you shift your emotions, you shift your feeling, and that shifts your vibration to start attracting new things into your life that are in alignment with those good feeling, better feeling thoughts of having the abundance and the money and the resources that you need, having the business or the career that you love that's purposeful and meaningful, having the healthy body and feeling your well-being, or having the loving relationship, or most importantly, and the council teaches us that the highest achievement in the human experience, for those of you high achievers, they say, that the greatest achievement that you could ever attain in the human experience is the love of self. Capital S, self. The love of self. That really is the only work. That is the only work that if we're going to be achieving something, it's really about that, because you already are the perfection of God. You already are source energy. You are magnificent, and there's nothing in this human experience that could ever threaten your magnificence. There's nothing you ever have done that can threaten your perfection. You can't be too late. You can't get this wrong. You haven't messed up so badly. You are loved, and you are perfection. And so when you can fully allow that, you can create the life of your dreams. You can. And this life experience is meant to be joyful. It's meant to be fun. And the path to that is through self-love. And I think even a more powerful way to say it is love of self.
And I think especially now, like we can really go either way, So yes, the world is a little bit in chaos, but it's about, we are we're awakening, and I think the world has never been more conscious than now. I might be wrong with that statement, but anyway, we are really at a point where we are incredibly conscious, right? And that is, and with that consciousness comes the power of, as you said, to remember we can change our thoughts, and to remember who we are, and that nothing happens by accident, that we are really the creators of our own life.
And we didn't come here to fix a broken world. We really didn't. That's not why we're here. We didn't come to fix a world that is broken. And so it really is about what you are affirming, and you begin to recognize it. And so the council has really moved beyond the law of attraction into the next evolution of true spiritual mastery, which is understanding instant manifestation, understanding how to recognize vibrational manifestation, and so you can see what's moving towards you. And so it's really about what do you want to see in your experience, and then start looking for it. I remember this. Did you guys have Mr. Rogers in Australia? Do you know who Mr. Rogers is? He was this guy on American television who, it was like a children's show. And I remember him saying one time, he said, in any catastrophic event, that his mother had said this to him, in any catastrophic event, if you watch carefully and you look for them, you will always see the angels. You will see these incredible people who show up and help and serve and love and take care of people and make the situation better, whether it's an earthquake or a tsunami or some situation. If you're looking at the devastation, you're only going to see the devastation. If you look for the angels, you'll see the angels. And so we can look at what's going on in our world right now, and I agree with you. It is my absolute truth that we are awakening to greater levels of love faster than ever before on our planet. People are living more consciously, they're living more aware and awake, they're living from a more loving place. And what we ultimately want is everyone to live from a place of true aligned power. Because if you are aligned to your own power, you don't need to take someone else's power. And this is true spiritual power. This is living in the unlimited, limitless space where all things are possible, where you are an extension of Source. You are an extension of what we call the God Force. And you are either fully aligned to that power and living it, or you're looking for something externally to give you power. Money doesn't give you power. Greed, taking from people, controlling people, that's not true power. When you're truly aligned to your power, you don't need to control other people. You don't need to take from other people. So the most important thing that we could want for everyone is to awaken fully to the power within them. And so when we start to look for that, when we start to look for consciousness in the world, when we start to look for people living from a more loving place, when we start to look for the angels all around us, when we start to look for people who are truly aligned to their power and doing great things in the world because they're aligned to their power, then we don't see chaos anymore. We just see the beauty of the world and how quickly this world is coming together to live from a place of oneness and unity. And if you look for that, you will find it. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
But our media doesn't. Our media isn't focused on that. And so you've got to filter your own information. And if you turn on the news and you feel terrible, then don't turn on the news. You can read the information that you want on the internet, but then start focusing your attention on looking for all the incredible things that are happening in this world right now. And the council also teaches us not to be against anything. So don't be against any president or any world leader. Don't be against any group of people. Don't be against even eating meat or any of those things. Be for everything and be passionate about the things you're passionate about without pushing against anyone else. Because when we push against anything and anyone else, even if 99.999% of the entire world would agree that that thing or that person is wrong and you're right, anytime you're pushing against anything, you're creating resistance. You're creating resistance and you're not fully allowing your power, the love and the light that you are to flow through you. Because that love and that light is all vibration. And if you have resistance and you're pushing against something, you're not fully allowing your vibration. And the council says that one of you, truly aligned to your power, focused in love, and focused on what you love, you're more powerful than a million that are not. So either you are positively contributing to raising the vibration of humanity in this moment by the way that you feel, or you're adding to the chaos and the fear and the anger and the suffering. But we have free will.
Yeah.
We have free will to choose in every moment how we're going to feel by the thoughts that we're thinking.
And I just want to repeat what you have been saying, because I think that is one of the crux points with that a lot of people don't quite get with the law of attraction, although you're saying, understand that what you're channeling is even another notch better, higher, whatever, different, the next step. But that is that the universe is inclusive. So I can't push against something, or I can't say I don't want this, because the universe will just listen to what it is you wanted, even if you said a not in front of it. Yeah, it's literally, for me, the way I explain it is the universe is like a Xerox machine. Everything, will be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I so totally agree that we need to become aware of our thoughts, but we can choose to, as you said, we have free will. So so if we choose to go this way, we need to really become aware of our thinking don't make ourselves wrong, because then we're beating ourselves up again and we're moving into negativity. But becoming aware and then really going for the positive. What am I seeing right now? What can I see that is uplifting? What can I do that is uplifting? And that will help
Yes.
the vibration, right?
So one of the things the council says is that there are three things that no one can ever take away from you, no matter what. You could be sitting in a prison cell. You could be in a stadium with 1,000 people. You could be sitting in your room alone. You could be in any situation. And there's three things that no one can ever take away from you. Number one is your appreciation. Your ability, your power in this moment to focus on what you appreciate. And it's so simple. I appreciate in this moment that I have the eyes to see you, and that we can be communicating half a world away from each other right now in this moment and coming together in our hearts. If you think of all the things that had to happen to make that happen, someone had to make my computer, someone had to make your computer, someone had to lay the phone lines, someone had to, create this incredible technology. It's endless. And we have the eyes to see. We can feel the sunshine on our face. Our lungs work without us thinking about it. Our heart beats. Whatever you had today to eat, somebody grew that. Somebody washed it. Somebody cooked it for you. If you ate at a restaurant, some business owners started that business, took that risk so that you could come there and have that experience. Someone washed the tablecloth. Someone ironed the tablecloth. Someone washed your plate. Someone's going to wash it after you eat it. There's no end to what you can focus your appreciation on in this moment. So no one can ever take away your appreciation. Even if something in your body is not working, there is at least 1 million other things in your body that are working. There's 1 million other things that are working. Focus on that. And the second thing that no one can ever take away from you, no matter what, is your vibration. The truth of who we are is vibration. Light is vibration. Energy is vibration. We are vibration. So someone could walk up to you and kick you in the shin, but you decide, it's your free will that decides whether you'll get angry about that and be offended, or whether you will choose to stay in love. If you're sitting in traffic, the traffic's not there to upset you. It's how you respond. And will you stay in a good vibration? If you do, the path forward will unfold much quicker and easier. So the second thing is vibration. And here's the third thing, and it's my favorite of all three, is your imagination. No one can ever take your imagination from you. So if you are in a body where right now you can't get out of bed, or you are in a financial situation where you don't have the money to go anywhere, you can go anywhere in your imagination. And there's no experience in the human experience, there's nothing that has ever been created in physical form that wasn't first created in your imagination. If you want your life to be different, start imagining the life you do want to have. Start exploring what that would feel like. What would that look like? And if you can not push against wherever we are right now, whatever's going on in your life, and you can hold the vision for the life you do want to have, if you can hold the vision for the world you do want to live in your imagination, the world around you will begin to change. That is how powerful you are. And so you can say, well, my body doesn't work the way I want it to. You still have the power of your imagination. If you don't have the money to go where you want to go, you can right here, right now, go into your imagination and create a new experience and start exploring life the way you want to explore it. And when you do that, everything will change. So remember, appreciation, vibration, and imagination. And that goes with our world. The council teaches about the new earth, and one of the things that we have included in our package today that we'll talk about, but is manifesting the new earth and accelerating the great awakening of humanity. And so, are you holding the vision of a world where there is peace and joy and love and harmony and abundance for everyone, where the people and the animals and the land and the planet all exist harmoniously together? It's possible, and it's happening faster than we can imagine. We're so much farther. We think we're just starting today because we woke up, we are suddenly awakened, and so, now the new earth, manifesting the new earth begins. No, this has been an evolution, a process, but I truly do believe there's a quickening going on. And the more people that hold the vision in their imagination of manifesting a new world, a new earth, heaven on earth, the faster and faster we'll begin to see that come forth in physical form.
Yeah, and I also can I know when I'm just thinking, because I'll be on a plane very shortly in a few days to go to the US, and I had some people really question me about traveling in these times, and apart from I feel totally safe, I also know when I vibrate in a high loving vibration that I can affect the whole airport, like what is happening with the people, that they feel, like I really believe that's not coming from, look how amazing I am, but if I can stay in love and peace and visualize that my travels will be really smooth and everybody will be comfortable and, feel relaxed. I also think, as you said before, that just one person holding a higher vibration can have a ripple effect.
Absolutely. And like I said earlier, the council tells us that one of you connected to your power is more powerful than a million that are not. And so if you're holding that vibration, you are creating this incredible experience. But it's just, so people say, well, give me tools, give me the processes, give me the steps. How do I do that? Okay, I just visualize that my trip's going to go smooth. Well, a couple things. Like, first off, you can start with, think about it. You're getting on an airplane. Somebody came to work today to check you in and check your bags in. You can be grateful for that person that is there serving you. The flight attendants that are working, 2-3 days in a row, or a week, or 10 days in a row, that are there serving you. The pilot that's away from their family to fly you. So we are all in service of another. And if you could just focus your appreciation on all the people all day long that are serving you, and then so that's appreciation, right? So that's one step that you can do. The other thing is start looking for things to work out. Look for the miracles. Look for the magic around every corner.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to tell you. I stopped writing these things down because they started happening every day, all day long, where the most incredible things would happen. That, I thought yesterday, well, I want a new blue dress to go under this jacket I had. And I thought, oh, that would be perfect. That color, and I saw the ribbing in it and what I wanted it exactly to look like. And I didn't really think about it. I went to dinner with some friends, and this afternoon I was walking out of a building, and there, sitting in the entryway on a mannequin, was the exact dress that I thought of. Now, that's not a huge, big soul's desire or anything, but it was fun.
Yeah,
And I
it's like
I thought that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it again, and it just came. And so there was no resistance around it, and it could just come. So other examples of just endless things, and some of them are really what we would say big things, and some of them are really small. But if you're looking everywhere you go, around every corner, for something good to happen, for some miracle to be there, for some opportunity to be a miracle for someone else, and fully receiving when someone else is being the miracle for you. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, especially communities like loving, awakened people. We're here to serve. We want to serve. We want to do. We want to help people. We want to make a difference. And sometimes the greatest difference you can make is being willing to receive the miracle that someone else is offering you.
Yeah.
And be grateful for it. It will change your life. So we have to be open to receive that God, the universe source, delivers these miracles through other people.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look for the miracles, and it's an incredible when you shift your perspective how everything changes. And you're right, then all of a sudden you get upgraded to a better seat, or you sit by a cheerful person, or maybe there's a long line in all the other lines, but somehow you ended up in a really short line, and you arrive feeling good and relaxed, all because of what you were choosing every step of the way. And so the next part of really going beyond the law of attraction is understanding the difference between a human desires and our soul's desires. And the council says, if we are willing to allow the divine will in our life and not be so focused on our own free will, right? I have the free will to be mad or be angry at someone, but is that what the divine will would choose? Probably not. So kind of being aware of this shifting from, yes, you have free will, and no, you can't choose for others, you can't take their free will, but there's even something greater, which is allowing the divine will to work through you, which is really about being in a state of allowing, being in the state of flow, but then understanding that there's a big difference between our human desires and our soul's desires. And we're going to talk a bit about the Manifesting Your Soul's Desires piece program that's part of the class course that's part of this as well.
You're welcome to talk about that.
The foundation of all of this is shifting your perspective to start manifesting your soul's desires. Because those are the things that belong to you. Those are the dreams that you put in your heart. Those are your deepest soul's desires, and they're here. You're here to manifest your soul's desires through you in human form. These are the things that belong to you. And most of the time, we are so busy trying to force things our way that we're holding our soul's desires separate from us. And so when we look at the old way of applying, say, the law of attraction in your life, it's okay, I'm going to look around me, out and see what everybody else has, and I'm going to decide by looking outside of me what I want and what will make me happy. And then I'll apply these steps, ask, believe, and receive, and then I'll get the car I want, I'll get the house I want, I'll get the lover I want, I'll get the job I want. And that works. You can manifest those things. But then usually you arrive at that manifestation and you say, well, this isn't it. This doesn't provide the feeling I thought it would. The meaning isn't here. The purpose isn't here. This isn't it. Now how do I unmanifest this marriage? How do I unmanifest this job? How do I unmanifest this new mortgage I have or car? And so we're always evolving. And why do those things not feel the way we expect them to feel? Or why, no matter what we do those things not manifest? So we either arrive there and we want to unmanifest them sometimes. And sometimes there's great joy in these things, and there's nothing wrong with human desires. It's a wonderful thing. You're here to experience joy. You're here to explore. If you want a new car, if you want a new house, those are all wonderful things. But the reason that either we arrive at the place where we want more, or it doesn't happen, no matter how much we focus on it and how much we push, is because whatever that is not in alignment with our soul's desires.
Yeah.
So manifesting your soul's desires are the things that really belong to you. They come in the most easy, effortless, harmonious ways. The path to them is the path of least resistance. The miracles, the gifts that come along the way are things that you can't even imagine from the vantage point you're at now. But your soul's desires are the things that lead to the expansion of your soul. They lead to a greater expression of the power within you, and bringing your gifts to the world, and doing what you truly came here to do. And that's where the joy is. That's where the fun is. And it's our journey to those things that really is life.
And you have a particular package that you've put together for our listeners who want that and they feel that they need an extra hand.
And so this package is really so incredible. It has been life-changing for so many people around the world. It is just absolutely profound and incredibly fun. And it's really 5 parts that make up the courses for mastering your human experience. And so mastering your human experience. We first have to master the human experience before we can live in New Earth. We have to master the human experience before we can manifest heaven on earth. So I'll give you an example of that, right? If you want to live in the New Earth, but yet we haven't manifested the love we wanted, we haven't learned how to have transparent communication, how to have impeccable relationships, then we take all our old stuff into the New Earth, then we're still living in the same world, right? So the first part of that, number 1, and so they're called manuals, the manuals for mastering the human experience, but they're actually courses. They're actually audio courses that you take, which are incredibly entertaining and fun. The council brings in some incredible wisdom and then has a great amount of fun going through the questions that people have. But the first one is manifesting your soul's desires. So as we talked about, this is really about getting clear on what your soul's desires are, how to connect into your soul's desires, how to shift your life in order to align with your soul's desires and begin living from that place to create a life that you truly, truly love. But the foundational piece of that is manifesting your soul's desires, which is the first course. The second course is manifesting the love you want. So it's all around relationships, self-love, and finding the one. And this is just such a powerful course, whether you're in a relationship, and you're happy, or you want it to be different, or you want to be in love, or if you're very happy, not being in a relationship. This is all about understanding how to create harmonious relationships and connections in your life, even if it's not a love interest, but with everyone in your life. Really how to get to the core of love of self, which is really what we're all looking for in another. We're looking for someone else to love us the way we need to love ourselves. And when you can come to that place of truly being aligned with self-love, you begin to transform the relationships in your life, and love, true love, the divine soul connection we're all looking for really becomes possible from there. So the second one is manifesting the love you want. The third one is perfect health, which is all about revitalizing, transforming, and energizing your amazing body. So whether you are healthy and just want to receive greater levels of health, if you're looking to achieve your ideal weight and realize more well-being, so it covers weight loss, it covers anti-aging, it covers the processes for being our own greatest healer. The council says that you are your own greatest healer. And so the perfect health course, number 3, mastering the human experience, is all about how to heal our bodies and restore the vitality and the health and the energy that is here for all of us. The fourth one, which is really fun, is wealth mastery. So how do you tap into your infinite supplies of money, prosperity, and abundance? And this is just, there's so many processes. This is brand new perspective that I have never heard or seen. It was a completely transformational way of looking at money and abundance in our lives, and just some incredible processes and tools that people have used from the Wealth Mastery course to completely shift their money situation. So that's number 4. And then when you get through those, you step into number 5, which is manifesting the new earth and accelerating the great awakening of humanity. And this is such a powerful, powerful course of how do we step into the new earth, and what does that mean? how far along are we? How do you start creating that in your own life, in your own family, in your own community? And how do we hold the vision of that? So this is an incredible program. If you were to buy all 5 of those individually, it's $97 each, so about $500 US if you were to buy them all each individually. And we're offering it to your incredible community for $97. So incredible package. I really encourage everyone to take advantage of it and use, no matter where you are, whether you have lost a loved one, whether you are going through the end of a relationship or a health issue or a loss of a business or money, all of these things, near-death experiences, are all addressed in these courses, as well as parenting and questions about children are all addressed in how you master the human experience. And the council says that this is really the core fundamental piece, because they're ready to take us to new frontiers, ready to take us into even more expanded levels of fun and exploring the human experience. But we really have to first master our own lives before we can step into that. So yeah, so it's called the manuals. Again, they are actually courses that you interactive courses online that you go through to begin to master these different areas of your life experience. So I encourage everyone to take advantage of that, and we wanted to offer it at a really
as well, Sarah, like other channelings from the council.
Oh yeah, so it is all the council. I guess I should be clear about that. So it is about a 30-minute training from the council, and then incredible questions that are submitted in, or people that ask. So all of the courses are the council, and as they say in many of the courses, while their words are important and they bring in these incredible processes and tools and information, it's really about the vibration. So shifting your vibration, it's really about the energy that comes in, and people that are using these courses and have gone through them are experiencing incredible transformation. I had a woman contact me a couple of weeks ago who had gone through the course for Perfect Health and a few of the other courses, and within a few months she had actually healed cancer in her own body using the tools that the council brought forth in these courses, which is just so incredible. Another gentleman that was severely depressed for 5 years had very little hope, stumbled across the council and these teachings, and in our last course just said that he's never been more happy and joyful in his life. And so the council's work has really been changing people's lives all over the world. I just get the honor of being the vessel by which this information comes through, and I get to kind of be the face of the council, but all of these programs are actually taught by the council.
And as you said previously, we need to learn how to receive and also recognize the angels that are appearing in front of us, offering us something, and that's really what you are doing. It's like, look, here is something that will work, that will shift you into a higher vibration. You're called, the time is now. So for $97, it's a no-brainer, really.
It's incredible. I wish that this information was I looked everywhere for this information when I was going through my own transformation, when I was going through my own awakening, and I couldn't find the answers that I was looking for. And it was just the most incredible experience, and I won't go into it because we don't have the time, but of how the council started coming through and how all that came together. But these really are the teachings for transforming your life, creating the life that you really want to be living, and really healing and releasing any of the limitations or the limiting beliefs or the programs that keep us from being everything we're meant to be. The council says you are your purpose. We make this word purpose so heavy, and you are your purpose. So how do you want to bring you to the world? How do you want to bring the light and the love that is you to the world? And one of the things that council really talks about in the Wealth Mastery program is, how do you figure out what gifts you're here to bring to the world? How do you figure out how to exchange the gift that is you for the resources that you need? And most of the time, it's about taking off all of these masks of who the world told you to be. And even the most well-meaning parents, they wanted to keep you safe. They saw a certain, their own reflection, their own limitations, their own fears, and we don't realize that we pick those up. And so it's about really getting to the core of who you really are, because you are everything you're meant to be. If you can just take off the mask or let go of the program in your mind that tells you something different, your life will change.
Thank you so much, because I agree. I think we are so much more magnificent than we give ourselves credit for. And we need to shine now, and we are innocent as well, you know.
Yeah, the council has been talking a lot recently about getting back to purity and innocence.
That's interesting, because I keep getting for the last few days was innocence kept coming up, so I've been mulling.
Yeah, it's really about returning to our innocence, the purity that we are, and you know, there's the most incredible teachings that have been coming through, and there's incredible wisdom that exists here in our world. But if you think back to anything that you ever manifested before you ever heard of the law of attraction, it probably came from pure innocence. A just pure innocent love for something that you really wanted, and it happened. And so it's not about force, it's not about effort, it's not about taking massive action. It's about returning to a place of innocence, purified of all the limitation we've picked up, and let the things our souls desires, the things that truly belong to us, of the divine plan for our life, allow it to flow through you. Allow it to come. And how do you do that? By finding the joy. Finding the joy in every day. Do the things you love to do. It's more important than anything else. The things that you are curious about, the things that you are passionate about, the things that you love, those are the things that will guide you to your soul's desires. But even more importantly than guiding you to your soul's desires, the things you're curious about, the things you're passionate about, the things you love to do, are the things that will bring you the greatest joy. The things that will naturally raise your vibration. They're the things that will naturally make you feel alive and passionate and creative. And they'll guide you to your soul's desires. But in the meantime, you will be having more fun and experiencing more joy and happiness than you ever thought possible. There's nothing more important. Like having these incredible conversations with you.
Exactly.
That is my joy. That is my joy.
So look, thank you. Thank you for having decided to open yourself up to receive the counsel. Thank you for being such an amazing example of what's possible. And I really urge and invite people to take this opportunity. And if you're stuck in any way, or you believe that you can be so much more than you are demonstrating at the moment, go and get the package, because for $97, I think very, very generous. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.
On.
And I just, to everyone, I send my love, and I know this life experience is not always easy, but it truly is possible to live in this miraculous way where life unfolds easily and effortlessly for you. But know that you're never alone, that Source is aware of you, that Source hears you, it knows the desires of your heart, And we are all connected. You are never alone, and you matter, and your life matters, and your dreams matter. You're here for a reason. And it's my greatest joy to bring the council to the world, because I really, the intention behind everything they teach is to remember who you are, why you are here, and what you intended when you chose this life experience. So you're here for a reason, and you matter, and you are so loved, so very loved. So my love to all of you, and thank you for the incredible opportunity to come together with you. And I hope you have a wonderful trip to the States, and
Yep.
have a fantastic trip.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you. Much
Bye.
love. Bye.
Bye.